kidding. Okay, it's again sense of humor. So Miss Lusk, I hope you got a sense of humor. I think you do. If you like Squidward, you got a sense of humor. He's my favorite. Squidward and Plankton are my favorite. So, all right. So here's the problem. Now, this is what you need to do on this problem, and I'm going to write it on my handy-dandy whiteboard. 1, you find the mean and standard deviation with calculator, and I mean the short way. 2, plot mean and standard deviations on empirical rule curve, which is below. 3, you're going to use the empirical rule to answer 2 questions, and you're going to actually count to answer the other 2 questions. Now that's what you're going to do on this problem. So I just wanted to write that there. So when we do get this, you'll see where I'm going. At the end, there's 4 questions. There's 2 empirical rule questions, and it says, using the empirical rule, it says it in the question. And then the other ones, you're going to count numbers, and I'll show you that. But the main thing is number 1. Do not do this by hand. Do it using the first variable statistic and find X bar and SX. Okay, so that's why I'm going over this problem. I'm not going over it because it's a test question. I would never give you 50 numbers on a test. I'm doing it so everybody can get it correct, so you can have 100 on your homework, which I know there's 2 or 3 of y'all that's gonna make a 30 or a 35 or a 40. But the majority of the students will make above a B average on their homework, and I want you to try to, do that. So with that being said, I'm going to put this in my Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you what to do with the mean and standard deviation after you get it, because you can find the mean and standard deviation with your calculator. All right, it only takes a few seconds. After you type it in, takes like 2 or 3 buttons, and you got it. First thing you want to do is put it in order. Then you want to get the mean and the standard deviation. Now I'm gonna do it the easy way. And what do you mean? Well, there's already formulas in Excel, and I'm just going to use those formulas to save time because I want to get to the test today. Because I've already covered the test in my other 3, and I want to cover it in here so y'all can get to work on it this weekend. All right, mean, and I'm going to hit home. I'm going to hit sum, more functions. There's the average. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to do all these numbers. There it is, and enter. Okay, so there's the mean and the standard deviation.
Can it get any bigger?
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me finish doing this. If I make them bigger, you're still not going to be able to see them because they're all on one. Hold on just a second. I'll give you the question again. Let me write down these 2 things right here. Well, go ahead. There's the question right here. So I'll blow that up for you. Well, that's too big. There. All right, there they are. Write them down. And I want you to take a minute and punch those in your calculator. Now you're going to have to put them in order, and I will show you how to do that on your calculator. So go ahead and type them in.
Quick question. What happens if you don't put them in order?
Then if it asks you for the median and things like that, the median will not be correct.
Okay,
But in this
thank you.
one, since it asks for the standard deviation and the mean, it doesn't matter. I always just tell students to make sure you put them in order. And on the calculator, it's only a couple of buttons, so it's really not a big deal. Now, I'm not going to type all these in, but I will show you what to do to put them in order and how to find the mean and the standard deviation, which I've already shown you in class before. So if you have problems with your calculator, go back and look at those videos. Oh, did I tell you the student that, well, I think I told you that. Ooh, Miss Lusk, how are you? We got another person videoing. She can't. Your mic's not.
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's always nice to see somebody video in, especially when the rest of the class does not want to video in. So it's always nice. So are you a Squidward fan or a SpongeBob fan, Miss
I'm
Lusk?
more like Squidward, I'd say.
Me too. I'm like Squidward and Plankton. I like both of them. Yeah, I really don't like my least favorite is Patrick Starr. He should be beaten with a bat. There's nobody that should be that stupid. I can't
What
handle.
hate you got against Patrick?
Huh?
What kind of hate do you have against Patrick for?
Stupid hate. I can't stand stupid people. I can't stand stupid cartoon characters. I'm sorry. I just can't handle it. I guess that's why I can't handle. Shut up, Hubert. Shut up. I can't handle a lot of stuff going on now because. Shut up. All right. So here's how you deal with. You pull up your handy dandy calculator. Turn it on. Remember to make sure you turn on the diagnostic. Just one time. You don't. I'll do it one time. You only have to do this one time until you turn it back off. Second function, 0. Go down to diagnostic on. Hit enter and hit enter. Now I showed you how to do that. That just enables your calculator, especially if you have an older calculator, to show everything it can show on the screen. All right. All right. I'm going to type in, well, I might have some already in. Edit. And I'm going to type in a few more. I'm not going to type in all those. 231, 356, 200, 201, 56, 58, 526. All right. So there's my data. How do you sort it? Well, you hit stat and you hit sort A. That means sort in ascending order. And hit enter. And then type second 1. If you look above the 1, what's above the 1 in blue? L1. And close parentheses and enter. Now go back and look at your data, edit, and you'll see it's in order. That's how you put your data in order. Now I want everybody that typed these in, go to stat, calculate, first variable statistic. It automatically goes to L1. So I just tell students to keep their information in L1 and hit calculate. And there is, this is not going to be yours. Yours is going to be a decimal. And SX is your standard deviation. Okay, so I already did it on the Excel spreadsheet. So you match up yours with mine. I got a mean of 0.8336 and a standard deviation of 0.063752071. And that should be what your calculator spits out. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There you go. Excuse me. Okay, now I've done number one. I've done number one. That's right here. Now you can tell it doesn't take long to find the mean and the standard deviation when you're using technology. So that's done. Now I'm going to plot it on the empirical rule curve. But before I do that, I'm not going to add all these with a calculator. With a mouse and a calculator, it takes too long. So I'm going to do it with the Excel spreadsheet, and then I'm going to write it over here. So I'm doing number two right now. I'm going to take my mean, and I'm going to put it in the middle. And then I'm going to add to the right my standard deviation to the mean. And I've been just showing y'all how to do this for a couple of weeks now, so it's not new. And I'm going to add that to the right, 2 more places. And I'm going to subtract it on the left. Minus the standard deviation. Function F4, for those people that know what that means. And there are my numbers. So now I'm going to transfer those numbers to my curve. Now I've been doing this, except I've been doing it by hand on the empirical rule, but when you got these decimals, it's just a pain to do it by hand in your head. So I'm going to go 0.8336, 8336. And what I'm doing right now, for those that want to see, I'm putting the numbers on my, and this is 0.897, 0.961, and 1.025. And on the left, 0.77 and 0.706 and 0.642. And I started coloring when I went over this question in another class. And y'all can go to the other videos for the other classes. I mean, I teach 4 probability of statistics courses, a 103 and 3 120s. And if you want to, Mrs. Garcia is trying to join. It's not letting me join the meeting. Okay, hold on a second. Christensen and Garcia. Christensen and Garcia. Okay, Garcia's in here. And Christensen, did y'all get in? How did y'all get in? Okay. Okay, well, I guess y'all are in. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. All right, so here is my numbers, and I was teaching this in another class, and one of the students, she said, you know, Hubert, those colors work. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, I started doing the colors like you do on every single problem, and I'm starting to understand the empirical rule. I said, good job. I will tell you this, you're not going to learn this stuff by osmosis. You got to learn it by doing the problems and doing what I tell you. If I tell you to draw the empirical rule and I tell you to print it out 5 times or 10 times, and I tell you to do the colors, then that's what you should be doing. And how many times have I drawn this curve, not drawn it? How many times have I colored this curve for y'all? At least what? At least 5 or 6 times? 10 times? And I continue to do it. I'm not doing it because I need to learn it. I'm doing it because y'all need to learn it. because this curve is going to follow you throughout this course, except for probability. But we go back to it in chapter 7. Okay, so now I just did number 2. And now it's going to ask you these two right here. So I'm going to go back to the question. Okay, it says round to 3 decimal places. What is the standard deviation? That's 0.834. And it's probably a rounding 833 maybe. $835 maybe. Oh, the standard deviation. I put in the mean. I'm sorry. I suck. Okay, what did we get for the standard deviation? Somebody look, let me look right quick. Make sure I got it right. 0.064. 0.064. What did they say it was? Yeah, I was putting in the mean. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, write this down. If your data is normally distributed, then you can use the empirical rule. If your data is bell-shaped, then you can use the empirical rule. So that would be bravo. The histogram is approximately bell-shaped, so you can use the empirical rule. And here is your questions that I told you are coming up. Here are the 4 questions. Use the empirical rule to determine the percentage of candies between 706 and 962. 706, I'm going to take my blue highlighter. 706 and 962. What's the percentage between 706 and 962? Somebody tell me.
95%.
95%. There's your empirical rule question. Now it's going to ask you to count. I want you to highlight the word actual. Actual means they want you to count the numbers between 706 and 962. So you go to your spreadsheet, and that's why you put it in order. 706, which is all of these, and 962 or 961. How many is that out of 50? It's on the
48.
left right there. 48. So somebody on your calculator, I'll do it. I better do it. No offense, but y'all give me the wrong number. 48 divided by 50. 96%. So I go back to the homework and I type in 96%. All right, now I want you to do this one. Use the empirical rule. In other words, use the curve that you're supposed to, that Hubert told you to print out and you didn't. Use the empirical rule to determine the percentage of candies that weigh more than 0.898. So I take my orange highlighter. 898 is right here. Where is more? Is more on the right or on the left?
It's on the right.
All right.
Everything on the right. There you go. So somebody add up those 3 percentages and you're going to get 16%. That's how you do the empirical rule. And also, Is this a good question to kind of go with the project? Yes, except you need to do about 5 of these. And has anybody got any of those Skittles or M&Ms? How many little Skittles and M&Ms are in those little bags? Anybody? 10, 15? Instead of 50, you're going to have 10 or 15, and you do it like 5 times. Okay, but anyway, they're going to ask you to find the mean and the standard deviation and all that stuff. So this is 16. And count. How many are more than 898? Go back to the spreadsheet. 898. How many is there? One. Wait a minute. That's 89. 898. More than 898. About messed up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 divided by 50. I'll do it. No offense. 16%. And you go back to your question and type in 16%. Now, Miss Dennis asked me if this is a test question. This right here, if I pick 15 or less of these, is a test question. I'm not going to give you a test question with 50. Does everybody see that? These are very good. These 4 or 5 questions right here, the sample standard deviation, good test question. This right here is a good test question. Bell-shaped, empirical. This right here, these 4 questions right here, they go along with your project. That's a very good. Those are very. This is a good test question, but I would never give you 50 numbers on the test. Does everybody understand that? That's how you do that problem.
About the test.
I'm sorry. What, Mr. Michelle?
I just have a quick question about the test.
Yeah.
Oh, will there be problems where we'll have to like know the definition of some words?
Yeah, we're going over that in just a second. In fact,
Okay.
I'm going to go over that right now.
Mr. Butler,
Yes.
can we use our notes on the test?
Can you do what?
Use our notes on the test.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Y'all just don't want to wait, do you? I got 2 hammies in the group. Mr. Michelle's a hammy, and who is that right there? Miss Macagina's a hammy. Okay, so y'all just wait. Just hold on. We're going to get to all that in just a minute. All right, I'm going to go. They can handle it. They're tough. They can handle it. All right, so I'm going to go to course, and we're going to go into 120.23. You can tell Tri-County's got a hold of my lab's math. Sign you out here 15 seconds. You just not do that. My lab's plus didn't do that. And let's look at assignments. Oh, I hate when they do this. Homework. And there's no dates. Quizzes and tests. Not there. Then we need to add it. I do this with all my classes. So assignment manager, test, unit 1 test, settings for class. Today is the 19th of February. And I will give you until the, let's see, what's today? The 24th. You have 3 attempts. The computer will take the higher of the 3. Take the highest of the 3. You will get kicked out, and my lab's math will send me a message that you got kicked out because you are going outside of the test. You have your calculator, you have your notes. You do not need to go outside the test to Khan Academy or to, whatever those sites are that you go to and type in a question. You don't need to do that unless you don't know what the hell you're doing. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, I don't know what you've been doing the last 4 weeks. Okay? I just don't know. You got 90 minutes. You got 90 minutes to take the test. Now, let me talk about this for a minute. What do I make the test out to be? Well, each question in My Labs Plus or My Math Lab or whatever you want to call it, each question that I put on a test has a time on it. And that time is in minutes. And that time is taken from all around the United States. The thousands and thousands of students that did that question, My Labs Math keeps up with the time that each student in the United States did that question in. And it takes an average and it assigns a time to that question. So each one has an average time, and I make my test 50 minutes. Around 50 minutes. So that means everybody has what?
I thought you said it was a 90-minute test.
That's what I'm addressing. So what does that mean, Mr. Dennis?
Means I better move my ass.
That means everybody has what? An extra what?
Oh, 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Why do I give y'all an extra 40 minutes to take a 50-minute test?
So that we have time to look at our notes.
Because you can't use that excuse of I ran out of time. Yeah, pretty much, and internet and 5 dead grandmothers and all those excuses. All right, yes,
Mr. McClure,
yes.
can we use Excel in the test? Because I was using Excel to do the homework
Yes,
problem.
I don't have a problem with you using Excel.
Okay.
And I don't have a problem with you using your calculator.
But is it
The
going
only thing is you got to find out which one is quicker for you to use. All right, and save and assign. And with that, I will also go and I will also assign the homework. So that way everybody can run around like a chicken with their head cut off trying to get their homework done this weekend.
Don't put no dates.
Yeah, that's what I'm fixing to do. Sorry. We're on the 5th week, y'all.
Please don't put no dates.
I'm sorry, 5th week.
I
Y'all
am
had
begging.
5 weeks.
Did you put dates after the test?
Nope. You know that, Miss Dennis. You know how this works.
Oh my gosh.
We're in the 5th week. Are y'all not listening to me? 5th week. We should actually, you know what? We shouldn't have went over 3 weeks.
Please don't.
Okay. So I'm
I
telling
have
you.
a question.
Uh-oh. What?
I was just gonna ask, if we use Excel, will it count it as like going out of the test site?
Well, you have to be smart about that thing. You got a tablet or another device, you can use Excel on it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now I wish I could give you the questions with the use of Excel, but I haven't been able to do that. And so I tell students, use a tablet or another device to pull up Excel, but I don't want you to go to other sites on the other device. I want you, and I'm only talking 80% of y'all, 80 to 90% of y'all are going to do the right thing. Okay? The 10%, you're not going to stop 10%. You're not going to stop people from stealing, and you're not going to stop people from cheating. So I write off 10%. The people are going to cheat. So I write that off. But I have faith in the 90% of y'all that actually, is going to do right. So as long as you do right, I don't have a problem. There is your homework. And if you look down at the bottom, well, if you got to do all, there is your test. So now you have a date on your test, and now you have a date on your homework. So all of you that was procrastinating and waiting until the last minute, now you have a date that you can wait till the last minute, because that's what you've been wanting for the last 3 weeks. So there you go. All right, now I'm going to go to the test, and I'm going to preview it for y'all so y'all can see it. You're welcome. Thank you, Hubert. You're welcome. And preview. And here is the number one. Let me take the There we go. And if
When's
you
the
notice,
test?
this says number 1, a study, blah, 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 students' anxiety, blah, blah, blah. These students obtained with a mean of what? 320 and a standard deviation of 30. Where would 68% fall? What is this? Somebody tell me what this is. Is it a mathematical question or is it the empirical rule?
It's an empirical rule, isn't it?
Thank you, Miss Dennis. Yes. So this question right here, all you have to do is pull up your handy dandy and fill it out and answer the question. No math involved, except for you adding the standard deviation to the mean 3 times to the right and subtracting it 3 times to the left. That's the only math involved on this question. So I'm going to do it to show you how simple this is. 320 and 30. 320, 350, 380, and 210. Somebody check my math, please, because I suck at adding sometimes. 320 minus 30 is 290. 290 minus 30 is 260. And 230. And where is 68%? I'm going to use a different color. I'm not going to use my traditional green, yellow, and pink. So I'm going to use my orange. Where is 68%? It is 34 plus 34, Hubert. That's right, class. And somebody tell me what scores represent the orange.
320? Oh, 290 and 350.
There you go. Now, I'm sorry. That's not hard. So 290 and 350. Make sure you don't hit below. It's between. Okay? Now, you don't have check answer on here. That's for the teacher. And I'm just showing you that it's the right answer. Okay? Next. What should a student do if something happens in their life and they are
What?
Hubert, you cut out.
He's frozen. Hello?
He did reply saying he's frozen.
Oh, okay. Do
Yeah,
you
this
guys
might.
get this? This is killing me.
Me too, girl.
You got it, Megan?
About halfway there.
Mm.
Is he gonna open up another?
It looks
little
like he's open.
chat?
Looks like he's opening up another one.
Okay. Do it. Okay.
Mm. I think we gotta get out of this and go back. I mean, and join back in.
I was trying to, is everybody there? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't know. I can't hear y'all. Hold on a
Can
second.
you, can you hear us now?
I'm looking to see where's my settings. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me turn it down. Can anybody say something? Somebody say something.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to show y'all this. I don't know if y'all can see it, but my computer is frozen. My TV screens are frozen. I can't even turn my computer off. So I've tried Control Alternate Delete. I've tried everything I know to try, and I am guessing okay, now it just restarted. So by the time I get everything booted back up, it's going to be time for class to be over. So y'all go ahead and work on your homework this weekend, finish it up, send questions for Monday. And if you want to go ahead and do your test, go ahead and do it. Because 90%, I would say probably 80% of the class is ready to do their tests because you've done all your homework, so you're ready. Go ahead and start on it, and we will reconvene Monday and go over homework questions, and I'll finish the test because you'll have two more days to take the test. So everybody have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, nobody's saying anything, so
Would you
I hope you'll hear. Yeah,
would you want me to hit the stop recording button?
well, I'm going to see if I can do that.
Okay.